Two past champions have already fallen. Ralph Suke has won this event a record-breaking 6 times, but last year's champion went out to Mateusz Skowerski, playing in his home country. India's Raj Hundal put up a fight against Alex Pagulayan, but the 2005 champion couldn't tame the Lion from Canada. Mika Immonen fought back from 7-3 down against Polish #1 Radoslav Babica to take their match to a final frame decider. The Iceman's fluke on the 6th ball clinched his quarter-final spot. Kelly Fisher made her own comeback against former champion Dennis Orcolo, but the only lady in the field was KO'd by Robocop. Two bright talents in the world of pool gave us an entertaining battle on the bays. It went right to the wire between Ko Pin Yi and Wojciech Szewczyk, with the pole taking it 8-7. Last time out, the first player from the Middle East to take part in the Masters struggled against Nick van den Berg, and it was the Dutchman who progressed. We've seen some incredibly thrilling matches in this season's ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters, including the KO of the defending champion Ralph Suke. 2 poles already through to the quarterfinals, as well as former winners Alex Pagulayan and Dennis Orcolo. Next up, a potential David and Goliath contest. It's Karol Skowerski from right here in the city of Kielce against the player recognised as the leading pool player in the world, American Shane Van Boening.
It's a tough field. We've got a lot of great players from all over the world, top 16 players from all over, and I'm looking forward to playing this event. I want this title to be under my belt, and that's what my goal is.
I'm very happy and proud to be here. So in World Pool Masters is the very first time for me. I hope it will be great. The pool is that discipline where everyone can win the match. So here is race to 8 winner breaks. So maybe one of 4 of us, 4 poles, can win this tournament.
Hello and a very warm welcome to Kielce here in Poland. It's the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters, brought to you by Matchroom Sport, and a very warm welcome to the viewers joining us around the world. It's a race to 8, the winner breaks, a 35-second shot clock, and our referee in charge of the action is Michaela Tab. Well, it's time now to meet our players. Firstly, would you please welcome from the USA, a member of the Team USA's Mosconi Cup team and the former US Open champion. It's the shooter, Shane Van Boening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from Poland and a member of the finalists from the World Cup of Pool. Please welcome Karol Skowerski.
There has been no better reception for any player in the tournament than for Karol Skowerski. And the reason for that, he's not just from Poland, he's also from right here in Kielce. The hometown hero, who returned having guided Poland, together with Wojciech Szewczyk, to the final of the World Cup of Pool recently.
Race to 8 racks. First rack, Shane Van Boening to break.
But claiming the scalp of one of the world's leading players in Shane Van Boening on home base, now that would be something. Has to be remembered, though, Alex Lely, that
Quietly, please.
2 Polish players already into the quarter-finals, and no one is discounting the possibility of a third joining them.
No, Phil, and the break will be elementary in this match. Shane van Boening in 8-ball, 10-ball. Possibly the best breaker in the world. Spoke to him yesterday and he explained how he learned his trade. He used to practice 6 hours per day just on the break. But cut breaking, in this format, also in the Mosconi Cup, he hasn't been very successful, as we've seen just now. And Skowerski was, with Shevchik, successful in Manila, using the same break. So I'm very interested to see if he can hit the ball as hard as his fellow countryman Wojtek Shevchik.
This very much a home fixture for the man at the table. In total contrast, Van Boening has travelled all the way from Rapid City in South Dakota. Caught an internal flight to the gargantuan airport in Chicago, O'Hare. Only just made his connection over to Warsaw. Now he's here, though, intent on claiming the title.
Good shot by Skowerski. And with the slight angle that he has on the 4-ball, it will be virtually impossible to lose position. Even if the 4 falls towards the short rail, it will still have shape. Downing 2 balls in the same shot. Can play for the side and the corner. Just personal preference. Side pocket for the 7 gives him a little more margin. It all started with Snigocki's win in the first round, kick-starting the 4 guys. Babica just lost 8-7 against Mika Imona, but already 2 of them through to the quarters. Race to 8, it's a long way, but Skowerski so far is looking good. Cue ball on a string.
And like Shevchik before him, looking poised and confident. Neat and tidy. Big cheer already. Skowerski 1-0 ahead, and the man from Rapid City, USA is rapidly behind.
Second rack, Karol Skowerski to break, leading by 1 rack to 0.
Skowerski was suffering from early nerves. They did not show through. The first rack could not have gone better for him. Given a chance, grabbed it with both hands.
Same breaking style as Shevchik. Sacrificing control over the cue ball, but making sure to power the rack. Getting a lot of action, making balls. No illegality here. Don't know why he would not take on the 9 ball, the 2 ball. Wow.
Well, the reason being he potted the 2 ball, but also the 9. 2-9 combination, 2 for the price of 1, and 2-0 ahead. Karol Skowerski off to an absolute flyer.
I live here, I was born here, grew up here, and started my adventure with pool table. 17 years ago I could only imagine about this tournament to compete with world-class players in a tournament like this. So now my dream come true, and I will try my best.
Welcome back to Poland for the 20th season of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters. The Pole Karol Skowerski with the home advantage, and he's leading 2-0.
Rack 3, Karol Skowerski to break, leading by 2-0.
Over the years, the Poles have played an awful lot of money, time and effort into their youth programme. And in the shape of players like Skowerski, it's clearly paying rich dividends. 2-0 ahead of Shane van Boening. The break-off in rack number 2 was a delight. Not so there. We've made this point already, but when you're playing at home, you're under a unique set of pressures, because not only do you want to win for yourself, you want to win for everyone who's come to support you and cheer you on. Sometimes that can have an adverse effect on performance, but so far from Skowerski, pretty good. Just the conservative push out there.
It's not really conservative in the way that he's playing for a jump. I think it's a smart move because, yeah, it's very aggressive, and actually I expected Shane to take it on because Skowerski can make the shot or miss it but get lucky.
Here goes. It was interesting that, you know, because when he played the shot, Van Boening left his chair, came over to have a look, but he didn't even bother to bring his cue. So right from the get-go, you got the impression he didn't want to play the shot. Skowerski obviously did.
Extension.
As with all of the matches in this tournament, there's a 35-second shot clock in operation. But in every rack, a player can take one 35-second extension. And in this rack, Skowerski is choosing to do it right here.
Wow, what a jump. Good effort.
No, though, Alex, it's an awfully lengthy journey from South Dakota to here. Van Boening needs to make his presence felt. He's got a wonderful reputation, and rightly so, but you can't win matches on reputations.
Extension.
He knew he'd come close to the side pocket. Cue ball behind the 9-6, banking the 4 up table. Now more of a containing shot. This is easy to hit for Skowerski, but difficult to find a shot with a bright future. Needs to play this with a bit of pace to separate the 4 and the cue ball after contact.
When you think of pool, you think of it as being an American institution, and yet, in this tournament, the name of an American appears on only one occasion on the trophy. Earl Strickland, way back in 1997. Van Boening has the credentials to make it a second American victory, but before he's starting to think about the big picture, he has to think about the match in front of him. Well, a 2-9 combination resolved the previous rack. What about a 6-9 combination here, Alex?
That's what he's lining up for, but this is very missable, this shot. And Shane van Boening looks fazed by the blitz start from Skowerski.
I think it would be an exaggeration to say that he looks resigned, but the body language doesn't scream positivity. Awkward queuing over the 8-ball meant difficulties for Skowerski, but at least he's in the general vicinity of the 7.
Not there yet. Great shot to play with the rest. Cutting that 7 with inside English. Very nice, but tall order still.
You have to think the pressure of being involved in the World Cup of Pool has taken Skowerski to a whole new level. They are loving this here in Kielce, and the reason their man, Karol Skowerski, is leading one of Pool's finest exponents. Not just leading him, it's by a score of 3-0. Amazing stuff so far here in this first round match.
Rack 4, Karol Skowerski to break, leading by 3 racks to 0.
When we used to come to Poland around 7, 8, 9 years ago for the World Pool League at the Dom Technico building in Warsaw, if someone had told me then we would have 3 Polish players in the quarterfinals of the World Pool Masters, I would have thought they were talking ridiculous. Well, not now. It's a distinct possibility.
And whatever the outcome, Phil, of this tournament, it will be a great contribution to their self-confidence and self-belief. Because these matches, they will bring with them coming to the next Euro Tour. the belief of being able to beat world-class players, the champions, here on the main stage.
There's an inspirational photographic display just outside the hall here of all of the Olympians from the city of Kielce. Started in 1956 with a box through, won bronze, runs right through to Beijing in 2008. Don't know whether Skowerski looked at that display before he came out into the arena, but he's playing with incredible determination and control.
Extension.
And out comes the jump cue. A lot of distance between the cue ball and the 7. Needs to be a big jump. If he gets the height and the length, favorite to sink the 1 ball, but he will contact the 5 or the 6, I reckon. So he needs a good roll as well. Not working out for him. There was right spin on the cue ball. And placed himself behind the 3-7. That's all he had. His faith in this rack now in the hands of Skowerski. Thin the 2 ball on the right side. Hit the long rail before the side pocket and then try to find room behind the 8-9. Don't understand, he risked it playing this shot. With my suggestion, he would have had the 3-7, 8 and 9 as blockers. A big zone to land in.
Well, Van Boening didn't convert a chance in rack 3, misjudged the 6-9 combination. It's getting to the point in the contest now where he has to convert this.
Stun draw with right spin. Two rails and back in the direction of the 5 ball again. Chooses different.
Just what was required. Skowerski's inadequate safety on the 2 ball, but this is the 9 that Ko Pin-Yi missed when he was on the verge of leading 7-4. No such mistake from Van Boening though. He's finally got a rack on the board. He will be feeling a whole lot better after that, and justifiably so.
Welcome back to Poland for the 20th season of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters. Shane Van Boening is ranked #1 on the US Tour, but he's struggling here in Poland. He scratches on the break, allowing homegrown hero Karol Skowerski to complete the run out and move to 3 racks ahead once again. Skowerski's jump shot went wrong in the 6th rack, and Van Boening looked more the part as he took advantage and cleared up.
Rack 7, Shane Van Boening to break, trailing by 4 racks to 2.
The common theme running through this club, WPT.com World Pool Masters, has been one close finish after another. Oh, I was about to say a powerful break from Van Boening, but again, for the second time in the match, he scratches. Just keep your eye on the cue ball here, directly into the middle pocket.
He doesn't want to go where Earl and Archer have gone to break their cue in the arena out of frustration. He came close though. He hit the floor pretty hard.
So Strickland and Johnny Archer have broken their cues actually in the arena then. Wow.
Yeah, there's this famous clip of Earl breaking his cue in the Mosconi Cup in Egmond aan Zee. Easily to find on YouTube. And it's a perfect setting for Skowerski. 4-1 up, 4-2. He played, maybe he chose the wrong shot to jump the 2 ball. And then a ball in hand. So it's an easy way for him to restore confidence. Still needs to sink all the balls though.
Well, this is the kind of situation, if he doesn't sink them, it will be a blow to his confidence rather than a restoration job. They do not sit any prettier than this.
Extension.
He has a slight angle on the 5 ball. So when he overcooks his draw shot, he has a chance of falling behind the 9-8. So he'll probably leave it. Oh, he's going forward. That's better. Good shot selection. Didn't trust the draw shot. So he looked for another zone, another shot. To give him more margin.
At this, the very highest level of professional world pool, scratching on the break is not recommended. For the second time in the match, that's a fate that befalls Shane Van Boening, and Karol Skowerski forges on into a 5-2 lead.
Rack 8, Karol Skowerski to break, leading by 5 racks to 2.
I don't know whether Karol Skowerski is intimately acquainted with the history of the World Pool Masters, but Shane Van Boening has been beaten in the first round on multiple occasions before.
Successful break again by Skowerski. Undoubtedly much to the frustration of Shane. Two ball does not pocket to the right, so there's no shot on. Yeah, cutting to the left corner pocket. I don't count it as an option.
Just quickly talking about Van Boning's first round exits. Well, recently, 2008, lost to Imran Majid from England. Last year, beaten 8-3 by Chang Junlin from Chinese Taipei. It's a tough school, this tournament. No hiding place.
Yeah, apart from his win in the World Cup of Pool together with Rodney Morris in Rotterdam, he hasn't done particularly well in the matchroom events.
Made the semi-finals of this tournament in 2009 at the Riviera Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas, beating Yuram Cha in the first round, the lady player from Korea, and then Tony Drago in the quarterfinals before losing out to your fellow countryman, Nick Vandenberg. He's got his hands full here.
Extension.
He needs to hurry. Not really a shot on. Clip it, maybe, and just hit the other long rail. Good shot, given the circumstances. I'd have trouble even hitting it that thin. Bank shot is on, but it takes the cue ball away from the three. I don't see Skowerski playing it. Those four balls together, he can use those for safety.
Well, a sprinkling of applause, but there is a gap. Direct contact most definitely can be made. Direct contact and indeed the potting angle, both available.
That's a great strike from Shane. So tough. Big wreck for both players. Shane staying in the race like this. Hurting Skowerski for giving away that half chance.
Cue ball needs to apply the brakes. Oh dear. The 7 ball is Van Boning's foe. Not just missed Alex, but missed and left.
Professional as he is, coming here, being up against Skowerski, this is not the scenario he had in mind.
extension.
Using up his 35-second extension, and why not? This is the most important shot of the rack from here. Cue ball pretty tight on that side cushion. And now somewhat awkward cueing over the 9 ball as well.
He will not choose to do a whole lot with that 7, with the cue ball. Side pocket is in the way if he'd apply any amount of draw. Just drop it and take the angle and distance that he'll leave himself in the 8. It's perfect. Not so much angle that he cannot draw it. So that's what he will do. 2 rails. Pocket the 9 in the same pocket as the 8 ball.
Now when the 9 goes in, as it surely will, just listen to the cheer again. The decibels increasing with every passing rack that falls to Karol Skowerski. Collectively, Polish pool is on a high in this World Pool Masters. Karol Skowerski now 6-2 ahead. He needs only 2 more racks to beat the great Shane van Boening and reach the quarterfinals.
Welcome back to Kielce in Poland, home of the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters and hometown of Karol Skowerski, who's currently giving the fans something to shout about. He's 6-2 up against Shane van Boening.
Rack 9, Karol Skowerski to break, leading by 6 racks to 2.
Using approximate geography, I reckon it's 5,000 miles from Shane van Boning's abode to here. Will it be a fruitless journey?
Oh, what an outcome. The 1 ball finding the pocket. So all he needs is to worry about the 2 ball. Look at this. This really is amazing what the Polish are doing, and the tournament has only just started. Who knows where this ends?
And Alex, they've only ever had 1 winner, haven't they, on the Euro Tour?
1 winner, yeah, that's actually something that I find surprising, considering the depth and quality of their players. Numerous players getting to quarter and semi-finals in the Europeans, in the Euro Tour, and only once a Euro Tour winner. And it's not one of the household names, Wojciech Trajdos. But as I said, I'm sure 100% that they will come with renewed belief, self-belief to the Euro Tours.
Well, did he have a kick there? It seemed like an extraordinary contact and an extraordinary result.
It's unbelievable. They cannot set a foot wrong. He tried to bank it. He got some hidden English, some reverse English by cutting the 2 ball. And he hit it firm. Luckily enough though for him, he 2-railed it.
Van Boning's face is a picture. A picture of disgust and disbelief. Head shaking, head scratching.
People that are following the tournament online must be scratching their head if they see the results. One top favorite after the other being downed by the Polish.
Pardon the pun, but these two are poles apart in terms of experience, and yet you would never guess. But we must also make the point that no one should get carried away. In an earlier first-round match, Radoslav Babica was 7-3 up on Mika Immonen and couldn't get the job done. And Skowerski is about to make the most of his fortunate bank by depositing another rack. It's an unbelievable scoreline. Domination when we least expected it. Not from this quarter anyway. Shane van Boening in danger of being humbled. Karol Skowerski leading by 7 racks to 2 and breaking off in the 10th.
Rack 10, Karol Skowerski to break, leading by 7 racks to 2.
The question everyone is thinking, can Karol Skowerski apply the finishing touch here? After that, why not, Alex? What a break, Phil.
What is this? The great big mystery of the 9-ball break here solved by Skowerski and Ševčík. What a spread of the balls.
Shane van Boening must be sitting there thinking, why did I get on that plane? Why did I bother?
Well, it's time he starts practicing this break 6 hours a day. Unbelievable.
Rarely in the field of pool conflict has one flown so far to get so little. Skowerski in 7th heaven, but he wants to get to 8.
He was heralded in Poland last season when he got to the last 16 of the World Championships 8-ball, but this definitely will top that result.
In a first round full of really close matches, this is going to be the most wide margin of victory. And who would have thought Shane van Boening would have been on the receiving end? But he is! Karol Skowerski beats the American Raider by 8 racks to 2. Into the quarterfinal he goes, and he does so with a standing ovation. The hometown boy is a hometown hero. What a truly pulsating performance, fueled by local support. In a match where reputation and superior career record counted for absolutely nothing, Karol Skowerski was outstanding. Van Boening overwhelmed. It means there's only one quarter-finalist we don't yet know in the ClubWPT.com World Pool Masters.
Poland played great. He didn't miss a ball, and I made quite a few mistakes, and I was a little bit nervous, so just not my time right now. So
I'm very proud for me. So Shane is very, very good player. I think he's the current #1 in the United States. In this match, I think he's got unlucky. I think twice from the break scratch, and that was important thing in this match, I think.